Okay, so how do we find the area of this figure? Well, it's a triangle. Area of a triangle, you know the formula for the area of a triangle. It's a half times base times height. And the base is the 42. The base down there in the bottom is the 42. And so what's the height? Well, we know height always goes from the tip top straight down to the ground like that. And at 90 degrees. So that's the height H, right there. So the problem is we don't know that height, do we? We don't know how high up and down that is. What is that height? So step one, so this is going to be a little trick, couple steps here. Find the height by using the right half of the triangle. What do I mean? So just use this right here. And this is height, and this is 42. And this bottom part must be 21. Why? Because it's 21 and 21 to make up the whole 42. See how I just took the 42 and I divided it into two equal parts? So I broke up the 42 into 21 and 21 because 42 is all the way across. So that's 21 and 21, just divided it by 2. That's all I did right there. 42 divided by 2, 21 for each half. Okay. Now why am I doing this? Why am I using just the right half? Well, it's because the right half is a right triangle. So I can use a squared plus b squared is c squared. Whereas if I do the whole triangle is not a right triangle. Doesn't have a 90-degree angle in one of its corners, right? Its three angles are not 90 degrees. But if I just use half of it, then I've got a right triangle and I can find the height. Now, which one is C? Always the one across from the right angle. The longest side is always the C, remember? Because it's the longest side. The other two squared add up to be it squared. It's the longest side. It's called the hypotenuse. Okay, and so then we have h squared. Use your calculator. I'll grab mine. 21 squared is 441. 42 squared is 1764. And then we subtract the 441 from both sides. And boom. We get h squared equals 1323. And then square root it. And I'm getting 36.373. 36.373. So that's the height. We've now got the height. So now, step 2, you can find the area of the whole triangle. Oops. So neat. The area of the whole triangle. That's going to equal the half times the base times the height. And the base for, I'm talking about the whole triangle now. So that's 42 base. That's the base of the whole triangle. And the height, right here, the height of the whole triangle is the 36.373. 36.373 that we just figured out. It's the height. So the area is going to be, the area of the whole triangle is going to be a half times the base, which is 42, times the height, which is 36.373, which is 763.83. They just want you to round it to the nearest 10. So 763.8. 763.8. And so there we go. How did we figure it out? Area of a triangle is half base times height, but we needed to get the height. So step one was to find the height, just using the right half of the triangle, because that'll be a right triangle, 90 degrees, whereas the whole thing, the three angles are not 90. But if we use just the right half, we get a right triangle. A squared plus b squared is c squared. Remember, the c is the longest side, the 42. Solve for the height, and then we can go back and find the area of the whole triangle, half times base times height. Now that we have the height, half times the whole base. Now we're doing the whole triangle. The whole base is 42. The height is that 36.373 number. And there we go.